Hey, what's up, guys? We are on page 32 of your Unit 4 Scholar Work Packet. We're focusing on problem number 3. Now, even though we are talking about inequalities, as we did in class, the first part of problem number 3 is finding an equation, right? And finding the value of x. Now, this is simply to find the boundary value, where the line is on the number line, where it cannot be either more than it or less than it, as we have done in class. Now, when we solve this, negative 3 parentheses x plus 4 close parentheses is equal to 17.4. We will distribute that negative 3. That negative 3 will get me to negative 3x minus 12 is equal to 17.4. You're adding 12 to both sides to maintain equivalence. You have negative 3x is equal to 29.4. When you divide by negative 3 on both sides, you're left with x is equal to, again, because there's an equation, x is equal to 9.8, negative 9.8. Now, that is our boundary value. In other words, when we are on this number line, that negative 9.8 is where we're trying to determine of whether it's to the left and less than, or whether it's to the right or greater than. So x is equal to negative 9.8. We need to see that if we plug in these values of negative 10, negative 1, 0, 1, or 10, so that we can determine whether it's to the left or to the right. Now let's try, hypothetically speaking, negative 10. If I plug in negative 10 for where I see x, I have negative 10 plus 4, which will get me to negative 6. I have negative 6 times negative 3 now, which will get me to a positive 18. And is 18 greater than 17.4? Yes, it is. So I'm noticing that here on this negative 10, this ends up checking out. This ends up working just fine. So I know that to the left of my negative 9.8, my solution set should be in that direction. But just to be sure, I want to try a number that is not to the left. Let's try, let's say, 1. If I try 1, which should be over here, and I plug in that answer, we have 1 plus 4, which will get me to 5. And 5 times negative 3 is negative 15. Now, is negative 15 greater than 17.4? No, it is not. So 1 will not work. I am now certain that my answer will go to the left. It must be less than negative 9.8. And because I am not shading in the circle, this is simply because my inequality does not say or equal to. It simply says less than. Therefore, in this situation, x is anything that is less than negative 9.8. So negative 9.9, negative 10, negative 100 million. Does not matter. If it's to the left of negative 9.8, it is in my solution set. There are a range of possible answers. Hope you understand.